We begin this story in a flashback to Peter Parker's home. Aunt May is in Peter's room, comforting him after Peter ran away from home. May tells Peter that he doesn't have to be scared and that this is his new home now. She tells him that she'll be there when he goes to sleep and that she'll be there when he wakes up. We then cut to the present day. Peter and May are in a medical center together. May is undergoing surgery to fight her cancer. Peter tells her that he will be there when she goes to sleep, and he promises her that he will be there when she wakes up. The doctor then tells Peter that the surgery will take a few hours, and that Peter might as well go back home. But Peter decides to stay at the hospital. But then the power goes out, and not just in the hospital, but in the entire city of New York. Peter thinks to himself, sure, nothing to worry about, just a city in darkness. People trapped in gridlock, potential looting, opportunistic supervillains. Damn it. Peter then quickly changes into his suit and swings into the city. He then finds the Shocker in the middle of the street. But before Peter can do anything, Shocker is shot up into the sky and gets whacked against the wall by none other than the other Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Peter asks Miles why he is in Manhattan, to which Miles responds that Peter isn't supposed to be here. Miles then tells Peter to follow him. They stop on a rooftop where they meet Rumor, who is Peter's old neighbor with superpowers. She also tells Peter that he shouldn't be there. We are then greeted by the Human Torch, who also tells Peter that he should just be where he needs to be. Peter asks what this is all about, to which Johnny responds, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, we're looking out after your neighborhood tonight. And it's not just them. The other members of the Fantastic Four, the Defenders, and Iron Man show up to help take care of Spider-Man's neighborhood while the power is out. Spider-Man then returns to the medical center. Before Spider-Man gets inside, a kid tells him that there's someone in his class named Derek Johnson who talked about planning a blackout. But nobody ever took it serious because they thought it was just talk. Spider-Man then calls Detective Sebbins so that he can get the kid's address. He tells her that he has no time for small talk and that the city needs him to have this address so that he can stop the blackout. The address takes Spider-Man all the way to the outer boroughs. Spider-Man has nothing to swim from here, and so he has to jog his way over to the correct house. He says that single-story houses are basically his kryptonite. He finds the correct house and searches it. He finds a laptop running on a cell phone hotspot with several backup batteries. Derek then walks in on Spider-Man. Peter's spider sense doesn't go off, and he says to himself that Derek is no threat to him. He tells Derek that he is having a very stressful day, and that the blackout isn't even the hardest thing he has had to deal with today. Before Derek can deny that he has anything to do with the blackout, Spider-Man says that Derek has convinced a whole lot of other people around the world to help launch a DDoS attack on the Manhattan energy system, and that he has crippled the grid. Spidey then asks him for a favor. Don't do this tonight. Tomorrow I'll stand up for the city, and I'll undo all your plans. But there's someone who needs me tonight. Derek then stands down and turns the power back on. Spider-Man is surprised and asks him why, to which Derek responds that they all owe Spider-Man for saving the city countless of times. Derek tells Spider-Man that he's sorry he has made Spider-Man's life harder today. Spider-Man asks if Derek lives alone because he's still so young. Derek says that he's hacked the system so that it looks like he has guardians living with him. Spidey asks if the city has failed him, to which Derek responds, yes. Spider-Man says to Derek, you're angry and you're scared. I get that. It's easy to be angry these days, to lash out, forgetting that there are real people on the other end of your words and on your actions. But whoever you're angry with, you're not just hurting them tonight. You're hurting a lot of other people who don't deserve to be punished. Spider-Man says to Derek that nobody benefits from getting locked away at that age. He says that there will be consequences for his actions, but that Spider-Man will stand in his corner no matter what. He tells Derek that he will get in contact with people who can guide his genius towards a better direction than that it's going now. Spider-Man leaves, saying he has made a promise he has to keep, and returns to the medical center. A few hours have passed, and Aunt May is waking up from her surgery, with Peter by her side, who greets her with tears in his eyes, ending the story. This story by Tom Taylor is incredible. It's so good. It's one of my favorites from his run. It just shows how much of an impact Spider-Man has made on not just the city and the people in it, or his fellow heroes, but on every single one of us. So, this is the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and remember, with great power, there must also come great responsibility. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.